no pure in heart. That mean you and the man burn part. But from the blood upon your door, don't know for sure. And you the man now pour the rat. Action fire.
Oh yes, Satan them I use manipulate the system. If I can't consent, I don't be a victim. Let us cooperate and praise the Almighty King. We must appreciate that they die for our sins. Who no stop in person, I down the evil and sting. Eliminate death and let us deal with loving. Because upon her love is the giant and sting.
We no love what I want. We are tell the wicked man them to come. Big Mac left not home. As you to hear them know your life like a star. The whole world has seen
program wrong. Ghana yard can build counteraction. Remember me never ride rest with no man. It was you and your bandolier gang. Listen me song, me sing along. I am the defender of the Apache. Got him and me brother so me don't fear nobody y'all. Geronimo him born without pity. Might not have the con but me born and I'm ready again. And me come fi defend the Apache. Got him and me brother so me don't fear nobody y'all. Geronimo him born without pity. Might not have the con but me born and I'm
Stop, get from Bonnie.
Throwback Thursday.
Me all alone it tell me. Me all alone it tell me. Challenge, coming out of Babylon can't take it. Teach them. But tell me how the bag stop it. When them can't stop, get from Bonnie connect. Me all alone it tell me. Me all alone it tell me. Me all alone it tell me. Challenge, coming out of Babylon can't take it.
Galore and chop. Why you get a girl me have to big up and trust? Why you get a girl me have to love up and trust? Get a girl big up on the summer car. Checking vibe to love on the summer again. Pick up me pen and me go write few letters. Invite some girl to come down in a Jamaica. So me go check ya stand round the corner. The first put me put from me veranda. Y'all a tear off me garments and a ball fi come in a me apartment. Boy, the girl them want the length and strength. Action speak louder than argument. Well, them a tear off me garment and a ball fi come in a me apartment. Boy, the girl them give me a compliment. Action speak louder than argument. Well, them want a man with fi work excellent performance up to standard 100%. And now if not suppose you have to well confident. Cheater to your emotional experience. Remember that I am the doctor treat all me patient. And the girl them all a tell me a real statement. To make a rest hard down and make a body get tense. Well, we not go keep on no more suspense. Cause y'all a tear off me garment and a ball fi come in a me apartment. Boy, woman them want the length and strength. Action speak louder than argument.
Y'all a ball for the woodpecker. Hey ho, hey ho. The woodpecker. Hey ho, hey ho. Y'all a cry for the woodpecker. Hey ho, hey ho. The woodpecker. Hey ho, hey ho. Brenda, I'm a.
Hey, Gaddafi. This is not a painting, you know.
Throwback
And this is not
Thursday.
a post your friend along the lane thing. I just the works, baby. Me want a man where you have a big ninja bike for my ride pan. Now want a flim flam when I have the right gear. Bounce me all night for your dive on. Give me the right slam, cause that girl you no care. Ninja bike for my ride pan. Now want a flim flam when I have the right gear. Bounce me all night for your dive on. Give me the right slam, cause that girl you no care.
When's the last time you heard styles like these?
Are you ready for?
Party done.
Throwback Thursday. We giving you the best throwbacks, the anthems, and dance all great.
Wine to me, baby. Rock on. You like dance so good. Shake up your body, jiggle the back. Your body, tip a party, rub it fatty, dirty man.
Throwback Thursday.
When the top boy evolution.
Boom 1069.
Run away, run away, look, run away.
Motherfucker. Well, I hope nobody make me out anytime I open up them out in a party. And there's certain things that they don't know and just keep their business on the low in a party. 'Cause I'm free to be me. I'm free to be me now. Cause things some little shaking and right now my head aching. As I open the door, they calling me run away. 'Cause I hear the
Throwing it back on a Thursday with 1069. You're with the OMG in the morning crew. Good morning to you, SVG, if you're just joining us. Big up yourself. Listen, you can link up with us on our social media platforms, and we are live on Facebook right now. So if you want to be part of the discussion, you can check us out at Boom SVG 1069 and drop the comments if you want to be interactive. That is also our handle for our Instagram and YouTube. And you can link up with us on our station WhatsApp as well. You can message us or send us a voice note to 4551069. Gotta get the right angles, Fernando. Gotta get the right angles. And you can also call us at 4511069. Yeah, things nice. You can also call us at 4511069. And before we get into our discussion, you know, we got some messages for you. Let me tell you what's going down at Flow this summer. You can level up this summer with a free 10-inch Samsung Galaxy E tablet when you sign up to a super fast broadband 250 or higher internet package. Check them out in store or at the Annesville location, open until 6 p.m. to sign up to this plan or another Flow service that's right for you. Flow terms and conditions apply. Flow has got you covered all summer long. You got anything over there for us?
Yeah,
like
we have public service announcement.
Yes.
So the University of the West Indies Open Campus in Vincent site will be closed to the general public for this week. This is to enable the university to relocate to the renovated site at Maurice Road, opposite the Peace Memorial Hall. And any inconvenience caused is deeply regretted.
Yeah, they're sorry about it. You know, they're happy to move in a new building, but they're sorry about it.
It's a beautiful building there.
I don't know the person.
Big up to everybody on the live. You know, I see Mary Lane, I see Bernadette, Angela.
Yeah.
You know.
And I want to tell you about Pharmacy Plus. You got to check them out for your dietary supplement needs. Choose from a wide range of vitamins, minerals, and tonics for kids and adults to support all body functions, boost the immune system, increase energy, and support healthy hair, skin, and nails. Back in stock at Pharmacy Plus. You can get your Ferroglobin tonic and capsules, your Nerve tonic, your Vitone tonic, and Pharmaton advanced tablets. You can also get your biotin capsules. Pharmacy Plus is located on Egmont Street, so check them out. They got that supreme care and more. And listen, it is Thursday, so it's your last opportunity to place your order for your Max Pizza that's available to you every Friday with the Vinci Pizza delivery. If you can't make it down to Beckway this weekend, you know, you just call them up at 458-3474. Place your order by 10 p.m. tonight. And once you do that, you will receive your Max Pizza. It comes up tomorrow on the Beckway Express, 5:30 p.m. Don't be late. And walk with the extra $5 for the people delivery, please.
Okay.
Extra $5.
Yeah.
Small thing.
Shady,
Real small thing.
You want to order pizza now?
Shady, when I came in, I was telling you guys that I heard there was an incident, a shooting incident in the Annesville area this morning that resulted in one fatality. I don't think you guys had heard about it. And Shady, I think he went on his phone and realized that it was someone that he knew.
What?
In these situations, you know, you never. I don't really know. We don't have much information on the situation apart from the information which I just told you about, and we will try to keep you posted as much as we can on the situation. But we want to extend our condolences to and friends and those and Shady and everybody who knows the gentleman. I can't remember. I saw some post. I can't remember the name. I don't want to ask Shady to do that either right now. But you know, we extend our condolences to everyone who knows him, and I'm seeing quite a number of artists.
Yeah, he was a
Right, I'm seeing a number of artists and persons involved in entertainment who are, saying rest in peace. Okay, so he okay. He's right. We don't know the circumstances of the situation, but from what I understand, it was more than one person who were actually shot. So as we learn more about the incident, we will bring that information for you.
I think on Tuesday, Mr. Julian Francis
returned.
Yes, he would have returned to the state.
That's one of the things we didn't mention that came out of the press conference, but I think it was because of so many other things that came out of that press conference. Right. So there is some good news that he's returned home and he's on the mend.
Yes.
And there was something else I was gonna mention, and also this week, I think one of them was from last week. There were some posters circulating of two young ladies who were missing.
Two young ladies.
And they're now home.
Yes.
They're now home.
Yeah. One of them was from Sandy Bay.
Right.
So I think that person was supposed to go to Diamond Village to meet a family member.
Right.
And apparently, for some reason, she ended up in Stubbs. And I think a family member, one of our family member would have discovered her in Stubbs, and she was returned home in Sandy to Sandy Bay the following day. So that is something, because a lot of persons were trying to get more information, because you're hearing all the time somebody's missing. Okay, but when they return, you don't get an update. You don't know where were they. You know what I mean? So a lot of persons were expressing concern that they didn't have enough information either. Too.
And it's something, the public, I feel, is very frustrated with these incidents.
Yeah.
Because I feel like most persons, because there are those who have something negative to say immediately when they see a child is missing, lady, right? Yes. Yeah. And the majority of persons are concerned, they're worried, they just want to do whatever they can. They want to put the information out there because it helps you to, if somebody sees this person, to say, okay, I recognize this person's face that I saw on this poster from social media. But people get frustrated because, like you said, when they're found, we don't get any information.
Right.
And then people feel like a lot of times it's, the kids are voluntarily leaving their homes, but why is it happening so often that they're leaving their homes intentionally? Because I heard there was a situation where a young girl ran away from home because of home being so bad. She just didn't want to be staying at home. She ran away, and it just... you realize how often you see a post of somebody missing, a child missing.
Exactly.
Very often.
And the thing is, even though, and that's why I say why it happens so often, because I don't think there are enough consequences. You understand me? And sometimes you hear these young ladies running away, and they're actually underage. So
most of them.
Are they running away to meet someone, and are they being asked to give the information to see where they were, who they were with, and if that person is preying on that young child, would there be consequences? So all these are things that you ask yourself, and you wonder why we can't get it right. That's why.
But that's a big an interesting point you made, Dana. Because who are the people that they're with?
Exactly, who they run away to meet.
Who are these people, and why we don't hear about these persons? Is because majority of them, they're teenagers, young, in the early teens, 13, 14.
Right.
So who are these people that know?
Exactly.
They've left their homes and they just, what are they doing? Are they chilling? No,
what
you can't.
What happened? And why are you with a minor?
Good morning. You're live on 106.9.
Good morning, Janelle. Good morning to my Boom family.
Morning.
Yeah, well, I hear you guys talking there, so I know Shady ain't really. If you're talking about him, he sound like he did too good there, but Shady, keep the faith, be strong, and continue doing what you do at morning. Make people happy.
Shady like you alright, man.
Shady look
Shady
alright.
Shady's a man after the initial shock. I don't know how Shady just do it, you know. I've seen Shady lose people and come in here normal, and I ain't here like, bro, you should
But
be home.
don't think that he don't have it on his mind.
Oh, no.
He comes and he wants to produce, he wants to do his work, so he kind of
He different. He built different.
You know, we have to give him
man,
that kind of, we have to give him that kind of help to take his mind away and what he has to do. You know? And that is good. One more thing again, Shady love. I just look at some posts Shady just have up, and it's pure food, you know. Pure food.
Yeah, and we just hate starving every day.
You know, Shady, that man just
Nah,
love
man,
it.
the only post when night before. Should
Shady,
last
Starving in Charles, when I tell you we just be starving in here now, and Shady be busting all kind of pots.
Who does post for us?
Listening to you guys speaking about these youngsters
I think Charles is. No? Oh, sorry, Charles.
Yeah, listening to you guys talking about the youngsters and going missing. You know, one of the things that I grew up around, and I always tell my children, my father especially, and my grandmother, but when it comes to me, old man, anytime you leave the yard, boy, say where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I go away and come back and I can't get a count, if I say I've been beach, it's last year. Because I leave without saying where I'm going. And sometimes I used to go for the whole day. And when I come back, it's licks because I never say where I was going. And I take that as a lesson, and it makes sense because sometimes you leave to go somewhere and it end up somewhere else. And if you say that you were going by Shady and you ain't come back home, the first place they're gonna start to check is Shady.
Exactly.
So poor Shady see me. Shady might say, okay, I see him went down the road such and such, and that's how we kind of follow up. But we need to really teach our kids and let them understand when they are leaving, the best thing is to do, see where you are going. Keep in touch with a close friend and see where you're going. But I always tell my children that it's not that they are going to take it and they're going to look into it because they might think that I or the parents want to become us and know where they're going, but it's a way of operating in the right system. And you see, when people could communicate, when the police could communicate properly with people and people trust the police, we would get a lot more out and a lot more information could go hand in hand from people to police and police to people. You know. Sometimes when you go make a report at least at the police station, they say, how long have you been going? Oh, wait until tomorrow, I might come back home. And you have to know to deal with people, and then we get the thing right.
Exactly.
Because when you could talk to people in the right way, communication does a lot. Does a lot. And when it comes to children, I hear these kind of things, it just touch me. I don't want to have nothing negative to say. I want to always have something positive to say because we have plenty picnic and we want them to be safe. And we have grands coming up and we want them to be safe. So when I hear these kind of conversations, I like to join in and put my head into it because it's always good to share things with children and guide them in the right way.
And what about the consequences? What sort of consequences you're supposed to expect in a situation where a minor sort of run away from home
and this is what you have to look into. There has to be a reason why they leave home, you know. There has to be a reason why they leave home, and sometimes these youngsters want to speak out what is the problem, but they don't have anyone else that they can trust. And building a relationship with a child, as you as a father or maybe an uncle or something, and you have your family, building a good relationship and giving that child somebody to talk to and always talking to that person and being happy with that person. It brings a trust where that person could, that youngster could come and talk to you. And I mean, probably don't work all the time, but sometimes having a good relationship with your children and grandchildren helps because you give them an open mind to come to you if there's something wrong and speak with them. Don't always look to have them up and if they're trying to say something to you, go for me. You always want to happen. No, you have to listen.
Yeah.
These days you have to listen to your children, pay attention to them.
Exactly.
They come home from school, you see there's something that belongs to them, question them, where did you get this? How did you get this? You search the bag, this book is not belonging to you, such and such is not yours. Where did you get? Okay, take it back, return it back. Have a good communication, a good response with them, and they will learn to open their mind and trust.
All right.
Trust.
Thank you, Charles. Have a good one.
Thank you very much, man.
Yeah, but I'm a bit on the fence about what the public should be informed about when they're found, because people feel like, oh, we need to know what it been.
Exactly.
We need to know but sometimes it's sensitive situations for those families, and you also don't want this child to grow up being labeled as, oh, the girl who, the child who went missing and being wherever or whatever, because they grow up and a lot of times grow out of these things, and we have to also realize that as well. But I understand the frustration of the public, but to me it's just unfortunate to see how often it happens, because I the first thing that I think is, what is going on within the home that makes them want to get away in the situations where they're saying, home is, I just don't want to be home. Like I wanna, and I remember, I remember this young lady I had met. I can't remember how long ago that was, and she did not want to go back home. I came here, I shared the story and everything, and it was devastating to see, a child not wanting to return home and literally being fearful of returning home. So I think a lot of the problem stems from us and how we relate to our kids and how the kind of life we're cultivating in our homes. But hopefully we don't see any more for the rest of the year. Hopefully. Yes. I don't want to see any more for the rest. I don't want to see kids missing. I don't want to see murders. I don't want to see. I mean, I know it's wishful thinking.
For parents with young daughters as well, it's more, of a concern for them.
Yes, of course. Exactly. Good morning, you're live.
Good morning, my sister. How are you?
I'm alright.
My brother.
Yeah, good morning.
Just that my wife was to come and give you a little visit because she wants you to know a little bit about me, and I want to say to you that I'm not here to configure your station. I'm here to speak the truth because we have people who are supposed to tell us the truth. In this particular topic you're dealing about, I have done so much about. Ask the head of Sergeant Williams, how do we help our young people? I have cried with teachers and headmistresses who saw a 15-year-old literally leaving school, still in school, and going and shack up. And then the very reality is that we can't move, do anything. So if you go live with Hamilton, if one of those children, if God, thank God, I would never do that to a young child or any thing. I respect my marriage. But what I'm saying is that the police can't do anything about it because why? The law states that when a child is 15, she can literally do anything. We're seeing 13-year-old, 15-year-old. Don't blame parents. The parents are not getting help from Mr. Gonsalves and the authorities here. I spoke to Ann and Yusuf many. He said he will do something about it. Maybe Friday, I believe, will try to do something about it, But what I'm saying, under this dispensation, you know what happened to Hammy so many times he went out, how much girls cried? Do you understand why they're not even talking rape anymore, even though they pledged the other day? Don't blame parents. If we get this a change in government, I just want to warn you about one thing, is that while you're talking and bringing figures from the Ministry of Health, I'm calling them, and they're nurses acknowledging that it's not true. They're having hell with infections, they're having hell with hospitalization, and people are literally getting infected and not even knowing.
Mr. Hamilton, we're not speaking about that right now. Anything else you have to say on the topic? Anything else that you have to say on the topic?
No, but why is it that
because you need to respect that we're having a discussion about something. All right, you can call back when you're ready to talk about what we're talking about. Nevertheless, we do have to jump out for our first commercial break for the morning. This is OMG in the morning. It's our Throwback Thursday edition. We're coming right back after this.
Don't be afraid to speak out. Teach the kids their rights.
As part of our active lifestyle, we run about 7 kilometers every other day, which totals out to be about 21 kilometers a week. Running helps us with our music as well as our physical endurance.
Hey everyone, it's Zachary, Seth, and Mark and we are so excited to be hosting the Goldmine 5K Family Walk Run, supporting active living.
We are super excited to be in St. Vincent and the Grenadines for the Goldmine Summer Intensive, August 1st to the 21st. The first Goldmine Run takes place on August 6th from Mariaqua Valley to the Bay Center in Belmont.
The second Goldmine Run takes place on August 13th in Union Island.
Join us on the beautiful island of St. Vincent and the Grenadines as we run and walk in support of active living. See the link in the description to register or DM us for more information.
Summertime. District Stairs is having a grand summer sale. 20% off all vinyl flooring store-wide. Vinyl floors are suitable for every room in the home. They are beautiful, versatile, water-resistant, and durable. Vinyl flooring is also ideal for all commercial and office buildings. Vinyl flooring is the most affordable flooring and so easy to install that you can do it yourself. District Stairs is offering free shipping for the months of July and August. District Stairs. Find us on Instagram, Facebook at districtstairs.com or WhatsApp 289-2007-649. All proceeds will go to the Goldmine Foundation SVG.
We fell in love in a stadium. When you top it up, switch it up, side it up, under love. Easy wins with love. Easy wins.
Catch the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $10 or more. Activate a prepaid plan, switch to Flow, or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash, data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up, under love. Easy wins with love.
No terms and conditions apply.
Or email us at metrocin@fintosurf.com.
Drink it up. Island sips Plum-Rose water. We drinking. Taste the flavor today. Drinking Plum-Rose water from Island Sips. Caribbean fruit flavor.
At Pharmacy Plus, you can get your personal care, hair care, prescription, dental, and over-the-counter, and medical supplies at affordable prices. Located on Egmont Street, opposite Home Collection. We're open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pharmacy Plus, for supreme care and more.
Hunt you. Any day now me ready fi upfront you. Hunt you. Only funny man alone who da one bump you. Hunt you. Fire fi a boy if him want fi backbench you. Hunt you. Me ready fi go upfront you. Man no want no man fi come meet her fuck. Say she want a man fi make she real and jump. Say she want a man fi give her the tree chunk. Fire fi the boy go eat it like lunch. Fire fi the boy drink it like fruit punch. Fire she go put pan them booger man stunt. Fire she go put pan them lesbian stunt. This black woman don't know the judgment about. One nigga hunt you. Any day now me ready fi confront you. Hunt you. Only funny man alone who da one bump you. Hunt you. Fire fi a boy if I dump them one dump you. Hunt you.
Throwback Thursday.
Come on. Hot girls growing up in the club, she step in the club. Girls ever hot in the club again. Hot girls now go par with scrub, par with balls. Real niggas have to be thugs again. Some you know what hot clothes you wear, it have to be tears. Cause you ain't going nowhere again.
And no girl can tear it off. You want the water, face you with smear it off. Cute me some mash up the place. You with me? So you not to bleach out your face. You with me? And you know you not left your mate. You with me? Make the monkey them go and trace. Ha!
It's your clothes, no girl can tear it off. When it's in clean, no great fish show it off. It's your clothes, no girl can tear it off. When it's in clean, no great fish show it off. It's your clothes, no girl can tear it off. When it's in clean, no great fish show it off. It's your clothes, no girl can tear it off. When it's in clean.
Ay, yo ningy ningy, tú ningy ningy. Why my woman is so ningy ningy? Ay, yo ningy ningy, tú ningy ningy. My woman is too ningy ningy with the 5W. 5 thing your woman always want to know. 5W. 5 thing your woman always ask you. 5W. Who, why, where, what, when she wanna know. 5W. 5 thing your woman ask you. She wanna know where you're going, what you're doing, who you're screwing, why you're lying. When was the last time you take her shopping? Oh, I can't take this nagging. Then she wanna know who is that, where I'm at. Then she goes, what, when will you be back? Sometimes you know I'm scared to go home, so I don't even answer my phone because of the 5W. 5 thing a woman always want to know. 5W. 5 thing a woman always ask you. 5W. Who, why, where, what, when she wanna know. 5W. 5 thing a woman ask you.
Throwback Thursday.
And we're loving the vibes inside Throwback Thursday. If you're just joining us, good morning to you. This is OMG in the morning. I just got some more information on that shooting incident. It appears that it took place around 2 a.m. This morning, around the Trotman's area, around there. And it seems as though it was a shooting between two persons, and naturally other persons who were there got in the crossfire, which this was upset me. This upsets me. You have your thing going on and innocent people are there. I mean, come on, man. It's just and them that boils my blood on and on. You understand? You could be innocently just hanging out.
Yeah.
And two people just decide they have no regard for who else are wrong and start shooting up one another, and people who just innocently there
I remember
get
incident
injured in the process.
in Poliard, I think this year or last year, the gunman went for a guy. He hit the guy who he went for, but the person who died was somebody who didn't have anything to do with the
That's
whole
real
incident,
sad.
you know.
That's real sad.
I did read an article from Trinidad where this couple, they don't normally eat out. But, one night they just decide they're going, get some meat. While they was getting the takeout, a stray bullet hit the lady and kill her.
You see?
It's senseless.
Innocently, and somebody just decide they're going to do their thing without regard for people, and just like that, people lose their lives, people get injured. Wow. That's crazy. And we're definitely going to keep those who are injured in our prayer. And we hope that everybody would be okay. We don't want to hear any more fatalities coming out of this.
Investigation will be ongoing.
Yo, don't get me started, Don't get me started, because couple investigations, I still ain't hearing nothing about them, and so long we promise to hear things. But let me just read a quick notice for you from the University of the West Indies. Open campus St. Vincent site. They are closed for this week. This is to enable them to relocate. They've been renovating their old location. So now that has been completed, they are relocating to that site. Any inconvenience caused, they are apologizing for that. They should be reopened on Monday. If not, we will update you. Yeah. You also want to check out District Stairs. They're having a grand summer sale. You can get 20% off all vinyl flooring store-wide. Vinyl floors are suitable for every room in your home and also for your commercial and office buildings. They're versatile, water-resistant, affordable, and easy to install. So check them out this month because shipping is free for August. You can reach them on Instagram and Facebook at District Stairs. You can check them out on their website at districtstairs.com. You can also send a WhatsApp message to 289-200-7649.
All right, let's go over to New York. Woodsy
Morning.
Bar and Restaurant.
If you're locking on
now.
from them regions, they good morning to you. What's the weather like?
Yeah, have a lot of folks from all it. So we have Woodsy Bar and Restaurant, which is now open, 1133 Clarkston Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11212. At Woodsy Bar and Restaurant, you can get your appetizers like pulled chicken, sliders, mozzarella stick, or even guacamole and plantain chips. Or you can feast yourself on their all-American burger, chicken, rice, and peas, or Caribbean skirt steak. That is Woodsy Bar and Restaurant. Yeah. So, Daniel, I want to talk about something today.
Yeah, we talk about.
Let's talk about the van. I would say the van operators, the taxi owners, and all these persons. They are now asking for increase in fare.
I see Beckway Ferry. I think
they increase.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not just Beckway. Canawan, Union,
The Beckway own ferry.
So, yeah, man, and it's like now persons are talking about it. Persons are like, some persons what they want increase for everything is just going up. They need to give people a break, and then there are other persons who say, "Yo, these people need."
When was the last time they received an increase?
I can't recall.
That's the thing. And as much as you want to think about yourself, oh gosh, man.
Yes.
And what kind of roads, them who operating going up Dorset Hill with the 150 potholes, according to the person that went and graciously counted the potholes, in Dorset Hill.
Yes.
What about when you're driving on a road like that? How often you're buying parts? Yeah, y'all are more established. Y'all are veterans in the. Shouldn't say how much parts so you're buying annually?
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I think the increase would be justifiable.
No, I need shocks.
Yeah,
shocks, shocks, and you ain't driving. Well, I mean you Uber, but still these fellas. Running on the road, man. There's the real stupidness, but some of you, there's the real stupidness on the road. But still, we ain't talking about that right now. That's for another time. Let's focus on the fares.
So what is happening, Daniel? Tomorrow, the associations,
right.
The taxi operation and omnibus association will be meeting with the I think the transport board, and they would come to their agreement, their stuff, and then they would go to cabinet. They would take it to cabinet. So cabinet would either have to approve or sort of disapprove.
Yeah, but I remember when the fake memo was circulating of the proposed rates, and to me it was very confusing because some areas didn't receive increases, and I don't know how. So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
To see what the revised, if they agree.
Yeah, and it would be good to hear from the public as well. Let us know. Some folks, man, some folks.
But
God,
people,
man,
they would understand the need for it. But I think you gain the people more money for that extra dollar they're going to be spending.
Well,
extra dollar, extra 50 cents, or how much ever you're going to be spending. Where the money going into your pocket, the money going into your pocket.
Yeah.
Stays the same, but the money coming out of your pocket is increasing in every
so
way possible. You're going by gas, you pay
need
more.
To start making
you say
some
parking up your
for,
vehicle and you're traveling on public transport, you're paying more. You go in grocery, you pay more. Like, so I mean I feel it for everybody right now.
Yeah, Winston said the van man them are clueless to how much power they have.
I don't think they're clueless. I think they know.
Well, they know, but they're not using it to their advantage.
What? You remember it was COVID during
but people
COVID?
in general don't know the power they have.
I know.
Man, I gonna say this. I feel like we just sit down and take
everything.
Sit down
and take everything.
Telling you.
Yeah, but for the
things that just be going on, ain't no way they will be happening in other places. We did just sit down and be like, okay, while we do this, all right, we gonna make fuss, and then we just blow my mind. Blow
but
my
mind. The argument on both sides. If you think about the public, the traveling public, they have a point, as well as the
both
operators,
sides.
the owners.
Both sides.
So what is really needed is a salary increase for everybody.
That will fix the thing.
That will help fix the thing, man. Because you know what I mean. I wouldn't mind pushing out the dollar, the extra dollar or something. If
you had an extra dollar to push out,
that's the thing.
And that's exactly where I'm at. There are people who don't. You know, people live in paycheck to paycheck, right?
Yes.
Like literally. So when you tell them, you have to pay an extra 50 cents, an extra $2. It's not just them, you know.
Yes.
It's them. It's the kids. It's the.
Yeah.
It's everything.
Yeah. And that's what you say. And I know somebody just said that the van men and them could have achieved more if they really unite. And that's what you're having. Sometimes
we go back now to see these associations and these unions. This is what I said yesterday to Mr. Boucher.
Right, but Daniel, that is what is causing the problem. They don't have the unity that they are supposed to. If everybody said, hey, we're sticking with this, let us stick with this and work.
But, you know, I think it's not that they don't know the power they have, you know. I think they know, but the willingness to do what it takes is what is lacking.
Right.
That's what I think.
Right. The willingness, exactly.
They ain't gonna come, some of them gonna fall off and still want to run road to make the money that because they know two less vans in the area working. So they're going out and
work.
push
And then the
harder
other thing is now those persons who are making the sacrifices, when they have some sort of benefit or result, everybody benefits.
Yeah.
So these guys who are running the van,
Yeah.
they didn't stand for nothing really. They still benefit.
Yeah.
You
and
see?
you see it in so many different situations. Everybody, people just don't follow through when you decide, all right, let's stand for this. This is what we're doing.
It's in a lot of sector that's what you're saying. Yeah, definitely.
This is what we're doing, and I don't know where people start falling off or why people start falling off, but the willingness to go through with the plan, it's very shaky.
Yeah,
it's very shaky. But they have to realize that in some situations, it's the only way.
Yeah. Yeah,
and I'm not saying I'm for disrupting the country or for, because man, I'm telling me working double shift if you know people can't come and you understand, because it would affect everybody if you know they are not operating. So I'm not saying I'm for that disruption, but we drastic sometimes in drastic situations. What are you supposed? What do you do? What do you do? Do you leave everybody and say, boy, me ain't getting involved in that when you really need something?
Exactly.
Because they too are spending a lot of money. They too are experiencing increase in the same gas and things that we balling for.
That's what I'm saying. And food prices, everything they have to pay. Everything they have to pay. So we need something. They definitely. I'm on their side.
We have people here, someone on WhatsApp saying if the van men were united, they'd have more power.
Exactly.
Winston says, my old man used to tell me short-term sacrifice for the long-term victory. Hello, them clueless.
and I think a lot of persons don't want to make the sacrifices, as you said. A lot of persons, you know, they want short-term reward.
Remember too, I guess some of them live in paycheck to paycheck. So if them
come off the road for that day,
is like what they're going to tell bank.
Yeah, but then if you can't pay, if you're operating at a loss.
These associations and stuff like that, I feel like they need to establish things in place so that when these workers have to miss work for whatever day, there's something, at least a stipend or something to help them for whatever day they miss.
Exactly.
So that they don't feel like, boy, if I miss this day, I can't. Oh my gosh. We do have Council who is backstage right now. We do have, I didn't even load up my ads or anything like that. Got lost in the conversation. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna bring in Council, and then after he gives his take, we'll take the commercial break to the top.
Yes.
All right, so it's time for our Plain Talk segment with Council Jomo Thomas.
Okay.
Plain Talk. Plain Talk with Jomo Thomas.
So much things to say right now.
All you talk now on OMG.
We've got Council Thomas joining us right now. Council, good morning to you and welcome to the show today. We are hearing a.
We've got Council Thomas joining us right now.
I don't know what's happening there.
We're hearing a feedback there from
Shady. Walking on it.
Good morning. We are hearing a. We've got Council Thomas joining us right now. Council, good morning. Welcome.
This is painful.
We good?
We're good now.
Councilor? Hello?
All right. Yes, we're hearing you.
That was me.
Okay. Oh, okay. At least you take responsibility. I respect that.
I was listening to you all that I forgot to disengage with the Daniel, I heard you say earlier that there are a number of investigations that you're not hearing of. And I'm pleased to tell you, well, not so much that I'm pleased, but I think I ought to inform you that at least there's one decision that has been made.
Okay.
And that has to do with the CJ Weeks incident. The Director of Public Prosecution, the Honorable Cicella McDowell, says that she's of the settled view that criminal liability does not arise. She said she's of the settled view that criminal liability does not arise. She says there seems to be a need for road signs that may point people to where the road goes and where the road ends. I am not so sure why that is really an issue, because the road on which CJ met his death was supposed to be a road. It simply went into disrepair because the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines did not fix it. And that has been the case ever since 2013, 2014, when I was on the hunting in that constituency when I had a different cloak. So I'm not so sure where this whole question of road signs and why the road signs would have helped there. But she also went on to say that the matter has attracted much publicity. Unsettling sentiments have been expressed, and anti-police rhetoric of several members of the public seem to have been spurred on by perceived injustice and a host of misinformation laced with propaganda. She, however, says that the case file is retained and will be submitted to the coroner for inquest to be initiated. Well, I don't know.
Wow.
I have to turn off my microphone.
So that is as it stands with at least that's one investigation. There is going to be a coroner's inquest, so we will see how that goes. So once that information was transmitted to us, we decided that we are going to now start the criminal proceeding, the civil proceeding, to try and see if we could get some kind of compensation for the family of CJ Weeks on the ground that the police were negligent in handling the issue, and as a consequence, their mishandling resulted in his death. I mean, the information from the mother, who was at CJ's side before he died, says CJ informed her that at one time the vehicle was sitting on top of him. And the kind, if you had a chance to see the body of CJ, you would have seen there were extensive burns and so on his body. There were broken ribs and so on. So we endeavor to get some information. So I wrote to the Commissioner of Police saying, well, you know, we have seen, thank you for promptly sending us over the decision of the Director of Public Prosecution based on our investigation. And we have to remember that the Director of Public Prosecution has the constitutional remit to initiate or to discontinue any kind of criminal matter. So she did her investigation in her office, and they concluded that there was no criminal liability. So we went on, next step, and wrote to the Commissioner of Police, the Honorable Colin John, asking for the names. We asked him to release the names of all the occupants of the police vehicle that was involved in the incident that led to the death of CJ Weeks. We got a prompt response in which the commissioner says, "We acknowledge receipt of your letter dated August 9th, bearing the above caption, where we requested a release." And he provided us with a one-line response. "Please provide us with the authority that mandates us to grant you your request." In other words, he's playing hardball. His position is,
I cannot.
we're not going to give you the names because you didn't provide us with any authority. I'll tell the commissioner now, you know what the authority is? The demands for justice, the demands for fair play, the demands for a sense, for a notion that is deeply bedded in common law jurisprudence, that justice must not only be done, justice must appear to have been done. Evidently, the response by the commissioner seems that, it is evident that the commissioner's response seemed not to have taken cognizance of that fact. We must remember the Honorable Commissioner of Police is a trained lawyer. He has experience working in the office of the Director of Public Prosecution. At one time, he was the deputy in that office. So he knows what justice means. But in this case, he thinks that we would have to fish to get the names of the officers so that we could proceed to try to get some semblance of justice for CJ Weeks, young 18-year-old boy who was at worst guilty of a motor vehicular offense, which is not a criminal offense in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And because of the police mishandling of what they perceived to be the way in which he was riding that bike, or because they felt that he may not have had the requisite license or authority to be on the public road, they chased him to his death. A very dark day in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Hopefully, the sun would come out, burn off the haze, and people would begin to see just a little clearer. That's my take for this morning.
All right, so Council, we're gonna jump out for a commercial break. It's gonna take us to the top, and we'll come back with some interaction. Okay?
Very well.
All right, so we are going to jump out for a quick commercial break. We'll be back with your calls and comments with Council Thomas after this.
As part of our active lifestyle, we run about 7 kilometers every other day, which totals out to be about 21 kilometers a week. Running helps us with our music as well as our physical endurance.
Hey everyone, it's Zachary, Seth, and Mark, and we are so excited to be hosting the Goldmine 5K Family Walk Run, supporting active living.
We are super excited to be in St. Vincent and the Grenadines for the Goldmine Summer Intensive, August 1st to the 21st. The first Gold Mine Run takes place on August 6th from Mariaqua Valley to the Bay Center in Belmont.
The second Gold Mine Run takes place on August 13th in Union Island.
Join us on the beautiful island of St. Vincent and the Grenadines as we run and walk in support of active living. See the link in the description to register or DM us for more information.
Nobody beats the General. Nobody. The Meliseswe Brothers presents TMB Gold Mine Caribbean SVG 2020.
Top it up, switch it up, side it up, on the line. Easy wins with love.
Catch the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $10 or more. Activate a prepaid plan, switch to Flow, or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash, data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up, on the line. Easy wins with love.
Low terms and conditions apply.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
Central Furniture, appliances.
Family fun days are here. Now is the time for movie marathons, tasty treats, and outdoor fun. At Courts, we have the TVs, appliances, grills, pools, and more to make your home the place to be. Get it all today with no cash when you shop with Courts Ready Finance. Family fun days are on now. Get what you need at Courts, bringing value home. Offer ends July 23rd. Conditions apply.
Offers are all great, all month long, only at Courts. Courts, bringing value home.
At Pharmacy Plus, you can get your personal care, hair care, prescription, dental, and over-the-counter, and medical supplies at affordable prices. Located on Egmont Street, opposite Home Collection. We're open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pharmacy Plus, for supreme care and more.
We've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company. Call us today at 784-561821 or email us at metrosint@vincisurf.com.
When's the last time you heard styles like these? Throwback Thursday. We giving you the best throwback, the anthems, and dance all great. Throwback Thursday.
When they talk about evolution.
Boom, 1069.
Last night I heard a screaming, loud voice behind the wall. Another sleepless night for me, and I can't even go. Yeah. Tell me who's gonna keep the peace. Yeah. 'Cause the people don't trust the police. Loud voice behind the wall. Another sleepless night for me, and I can't even go. Yeah. Tell me who's gonna keep the peace. Yeah. Cause the people don't trust the police. Yeah. Sergeant Wallace say now watch no face.
It's Throwback Thursday.
A man get liquor last night and me get. But when them call the police, they come the next day after 8. Well, they must be still down a station and watch tape. I said the man then already, so make him stay, they go away. The police come late if they come zero. The police seems like they don't care at all. The police, they always coming late. The police, they get the youth them people away. They make me happy wonder how them so cool. Beat up a old lady who have 50-year-old. What happened to your morals? Where is your soul? You take the wood to serve the people that you now own. Tell me what else you want me to say. When so much fun at the garrison, now you not come out from one day. Hey. Look how much we tax money make up your pay. And all you left us to do around here is sit down and pray. The police come late if they come hello. The police seems like they don't care at all. The police, they're always coming late. The police, they get to use them people away.
It's Throwback Thursday.
And you're back with the OMG in the morning crew. We still have Council Thomas with us. Yeah, he's gonna come forward. Okay,
Council?
all right, there we go.
Yes. So, Councillor, for those persons who are listening, just please summarize what the DPP had to say in this CJ Weeks case for us, please.
That's a problem when we have a 10-minute commercial break. Basically, what I did say in my commentary is that the Director of Public Prosecution has made the decision in the CJ Weeks investigation, and fundamentally she says that no criminal liability arises from the incident that led to CJ Weeks' death. She described the death as unfortunate, and apparently there's some recommendation for some administrative changes that should be implemented by the police. There's a claim that the incident highlights the need for more road hazard signs to be erected nationwide, and so on and so forth. But the government of decision is that criminal liability does not arise. She says that there has been unsettling sentiments expressed, anti-police rhetoric by the public, and those sentiments and rhetoric appear to have been spurred on by perceived injustice and a host of misinformation laced with propaganda.
Wow. Those are some strong words.
Council, before you go any further, I'm seeing two persons here on the WhatsApp asking if you can explain what is meant by criminal liability.
Well, criminal liability means that the police officer would not be tried for any criminal wrongdoing. I was surprised, quite frankly, that it is the remit of the Director of Public Prosecution. She has the constitutional authority to start or to end any kind of criminal matter at any time. I was just taken aback by the fact that she says no criminal liability arises, but yet says the case file is retained and will be submitted to a coroner for inquest to be initiated. It would seem to me that if the matter is being submitted to a coroner for inquest to be initiated, one or two things loom large. One may be that once she has said that no criminal liability arises, it means that the coroner's inquest should just be rubber stamping that decision, which means that the jury in the coroner at the coroner's inquest would simply be asked to return a verdict of death by misadventure, or, as far as I understand it, a coroner's inquest is an independent legal authority, and a coroner inquest hearing the evidence, the 5-person jury could come back and say, look, we think criminal liability arises. So I wonder what would happen if the coroner's inquest says that criminal liability arises once the director of public prosecution has indicated that no criminal liability arises. We know that it's very difficult to find wrongdoing on behalf of police officers, and that would lead to the end of their career or even imprisonment. And we can go all the way back to 2009 when Jamal Jackson was beaten by police officers at the Central Police Station. He was beaten into a coma. He went into a coma for about 7 days. The courage and wisdom of former Director of Public Prosecution Colin Williams. Colin Williams personally tried that case, and he was gracious enough to have me work as an assistant of his on that case. The three police officers who were charged and tried were found guilty in the magistrate court. The government appealed the conviction and brought in senior counsel from Barbados, Shelterton, and I'm sure paid him a hefty fee for his trial of the appeal, for his participation in the appeal. The Court of Appeal heard the evidence in the case, heard the views as articulated by Director of Public Prosecution Colin Williams, and upheld the conviction of the 3 police officers. But then we know what happened. The government decided that in spite of the trial, the appeal, and which upheld the conviction, where the Court of Appeal upheld the conviction of the 3 police officers, the government decided to rehire all 3 police officers. And I think that they are all serving on the police force 13 years after that incident. It was a brutal assault against Jamal Jackson, and the government took that position. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, but there's this coroner's inquest, which we would have. I would have an opportunity to be there and to question witnesses who come as a friend of the family, as a representative of the family. So we will see what happens. But like I said, it's not a very. I was speaking to the mother of CJ. Well, I spoke to both the mother and the father of CJ, and they were really disheartened and saddened by the decision, as one might expect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you about, how they're doing, given this information that you would have had to relay to them. We have some voice notes here, so just allow me to play a few, okay?
Good morning, guys. Sorry this guy lost his life in that way, but it was the other way around, that this guy was riding reckless without a license, without insurance, and killed someone. Would they ask for justice for him to be charged and be compensated, family being compensated for his recklessness?
Look, I don't know. I honestly don't know why people come up with these ideas,
Really?
If someone drives recklessly and damage, injure, or kill someone on the public road, there are laws that deal with those. And you can be tried and found guilty for reckless and dangerous driving. And you can suffer enormous penalty for reckless and dangerous driving. So I am not so sure about if he was found to be. The fact of the matter is that he had a learner's permit. The fact of the matter is that he rode his bike, and the police chased him to his death. Why are we going to speculate on some other reason as to if this had happened and if that had happened? We knew what happened. And that's the basis upon which we can have a discussion. Why are we now speculating?
Exactly.
All right, we have another voice note here. Let me see if it is loading. Bear with me, please.
Morning, guys. Morning, Mr. Grenadines. If I'm hearing counsel right, and I think I'm hearing right, what are they saying is that where you have proper road sign, that immunity is there, so that the accident cannot occur, or someone can't commit a crime. That is what I'm hearing, because the road sign would prevent a accident and prevent any criminal activity. Is that what he's saying?
Well, that's not what I'm saying. This is why I said initially that I don't understand how the issue or the need and importance for road signs, road hazard.
Would have prevented the incident?
Prosecutor, the DPP said road hazard signs, call for the erection of road hazard signs. I am not so sure, and I think, Carter, you're on point. If there's a sign, what would that mean if we had a similar incident? I don't think the question of the signs come into play. The question is, the reality of the fact is that this 18-year-old young man was riding a bike and the police chased him to his death. The fact of the matter is that even in the reports, the information which they got from people in that community, the police was right up on that boy as he was riding the bike, right up on him. And as he told his mother, when he went and he fell, the vehicle was on top of him. I mean, I don't think there's anything. Let the police say, if they want to, that this was not the case. But for those of us who can remember, and those of us who saw some of the pictures that were taken by onlookers at that scene, there's a picture of a young policewoman with her hands in her head, above her head. These pictures were in the public domain. Seem to be saying, what the hell did we just do? What just happened here? I'm sure people saw that picture.
All right, we have a call on the line. Good morning, caller. You're live.
Yes, good morning, Daniel. Good morning to Mr. Thomas. I have a question here. Now, if I've heard right, is that the names of the officers were not handed out, or nobody is in the name of the officer. Now, had this been the other way around, had someone else did something like that, and the police, let's say an unknown car, or the police picks up information on who was driving and who caused that incident, police had them in custody and have them locked up, would those names that the police got would have been out for the public to know who did that and what and what? So if it's now where like something like this happened, why is the police not releasing the name of the officers who did that? I think the public has all right to know the names. Until they know the names, then we're going to wait until justice has been served. Why hide the names of the officers? Or why, like you said in the other case before, why are these police officers still on duty? Should they be expelled from their job until these cases have been sorted out? Because nobody could accept something like this and sit back and relax and watch it. Had it been the other way around with other people, these police would have put these names out. The commissioner would have put these names out already, and we don't know who these people on the outside is. Why can't we know who these people on the inside is? This is the way we are going in our justice system. If I'm wrong, please correct me, and I'll listen out there.
Thank you, Carl.
Well, I don't think you are wrong, Carl. I think that you make a very good point. The police always call on people to help with their investigation. And that call for help is intended to get people to say, oh, I saw Jomo. Immediately after the shots rang out, I saw Jomo Sanga, Jomo Thomas there. He sped off in his car, or he ran through an alley or something that would aid the investigation. And you all may recall that when the file was sent to me as attorney for the family, there were a lot of redacted information, and the commissioner came on and said, oh, he didn't want to release the names and certain information because that gets into the public domain. Where there's a criminal investigation, you would think that, and where there's an attorney on one side, you would think that there's a duty to disclose. And the rule of law demands that that duty to disclose be continuous, but evidently the commissioner of police, is of the view that unless you could point him to an authority, of which I'm sure I can point him to, the basic simple demands of justice says that the names of the police officers should be released, so that they can be placed in a civil claim and made to answer for what happened, what transpired and resulted in the death of CJ Weeks.
Wow.
We have a call on the line. Good morning, caller. You're live.
Morning, that's all your voicemail of the person defending the police. It reminds me of the 1991 Rodney King beating episode, when people who wanted to defend it were saying that they wanted to know before the camera start running what happened before the camera start running, and that he was resisting arrest. That's why the police beat him up like that. When you had police that was around there, just standing watching, they could get, if he's resisting arrest, you get involved and help to subdue him. But they're watching the two police beating up Rodney King right there, and you're defending that. And it's hypocritical, man. Thank you.
All right.
Councilor, could you appeal the ruling?
No, the like I said, the which ruling are you talking about?
What the DPP made?
No. The Constitution gives the DPP the right to initiate, to start, to begin, or to end any kind of criminal proceeding. So the DPP has a constitutional right to do it. Remember, there's this whole idea of the word that was in the public domain some years past, to nolli pros. In other words, if a proceeding begins, the director of public prosecution could stop it. And I must say that matters that are before the court are nolly-prost all the time. The only ones we hear about are the high-profile ones that might have political implication. But no, if the DPP makes a ruling, and there were even cases, I remember reading a case from, wow, I can't remember the country now. I think it's Mauritius, where Mauritius is a country in the Indian Ocean, where there was an attempt to judicially review a decision of a director of public prosecution, and the court ruled that the director of public prosecution has really sits on very solid ground constitutionally when that office does a particular thing, and therefore it does not allow for the judicial review of that decision, barring exceptional circumstances. So no, the chance of that happen is unlikely.
That's insane. We have a caller. Good morning, caller. You're live.
Good morning, Ms. Zero. Good
Morning, sir.
Thomas. And good morning, Sheedy and the others.
Good morning.
We can barely hear you. You need to speak up, please.
You hear me now?
Yes.
This thing is so sad listening this morning. But let me just ask a few questions, please. Like Mr. Thomas just said that the DPP have the power. Whether a man kill a man, as it were, to throw it out or to bring it in, or using simple terms. So let me say that if the table turn that, let me say, young government come in and they elect a new DPP, the citizens of this country could cast out this old DPP, and the new DPP can't do nothing because it seems as though people
But
in this.
the decision has already been made. So a new DPP, there are no precedents for a new DPP coming to revisit the issue and arriving at a different decision.
No, as I say, you know, if with this old DPP, this old DPP, do people, and some people just cash out. The new DPP could just left it right there without making any advance. Or that is the technical point I just make, Mr. Thomas. No, Mr. Thomas, how is it that you want to bring a civil charge against the police on behalf of?
Well, actually, against the state.
Oh, yeah. No. If they don't give you any name, who are you going to think?
Well, if they don't give us any name, we could sue. Remember, the Attorney General is the person who we have to bring any claim that's brought against the state. We can serve the Attorney General. But I am not worried with that, because we can, without the names, we can bring a claim against the Commissioner of Police. So we are not really worried. There's a case that comes out of Jamaica that makes that precise point, that because the Commissioner of Police heads up the police department, the claim where there's an absence of the name of the actual tortfeasor, you're bringing the claim against the institution, which is the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force. And therefore, we can bring the claim against the Commissioner of Police and the Attorney General. So all is not lost. I was just bringing to the attention of the public what the current state of play is.
Okay then, Mr. Thomas. Thanks for that information, Miss Vera. This last thing, it used to have an advertisement from a drink used to come from Trinidad named Tizan Durban. And you ever see that? The bottle with that used to bring this thing in it, Tizan Durban? If your belly is hurting you, drink Tizan Durban. Well, let me just say this and run. No, it was something in a bottle that if you got belly hurting and all that, you drink it. But upon the bottle, the advertisement was, it had a lion was running a man. But then as the man drink the tisane, the Durban, he turned back and start to run the lion. There coming a time the people who doing wrong things, who chasing people and do all kind of wickedness there, will be chased. The people will turn back and chase them,
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. McKenzie.
Okay then.
All right. Council, there are a number of things that were mentioned by the DPP in I don't know if to refer to it, her findings.
It's a memorandum. Yeah, it's a memorandum.
Right.
Which is,
about propaganda and what is it that was said specifically?
Public.
She says this matter has attracted much publicity. Unsettling sentiments have been expressed, and anti-police rhetoric of several members of the public seem to have been spurred on by perceived injustice and a host of misinformation laced with propaganda.
Right. So how is the public supposed to feel about a statement like that being made by the DPP?
You couldn't ask me that. That is above my pay grade. You have to ask the Honorable Director of Public Prosecution. But you see, what I can say is this: where there's darkness, people are going to comment, people are going to speculate, because the people with the information are left to grope in the dark, leave the public to grope in the dark. We know that when CJ was chased to his death, the police removed the vehicle from the scene immediately before any investigation could have started. We know that the vehicle was taken out to Annisvale. We know that the vehicle was tampered with. We know that the bike that CJ was riding was removed from the scene. We know it was taken to a particular point. We know it was tampered with. So this whole question of the investigation, in light of all of those things, those bring on further questions to me. But I am not the Director of Public Prosecution.
Thomas.
Wait, hold on. We have a caller. Let's let this caller give their take. Good morning, you're live.
Hey, good morning, Daniel. The last question you asked comes to the whole propaganda allegations by the DPP, or I guess it's not allegations because it's in the public forum now. I think the decision the DPP made is not a decision based off justice in terms of Grenadines. I think it's a pushback, quote unquote, to the opposition, because like the council was saying, with darkness, a lot of people have a bunch of allegations, but the council just mentioned a lot of things that we know, which lead us to ask a lot of questions. They basically tampered with evidence. And because people are not cheap, we ask questions, and it basically exposed the corruption of the police force. So now, to push back at the public, they basically come down with this foolish judgment, so to speak. But now, instead of not exposing police name or whatever the case may be, but if you go back a couple of years, when we had the Nazenga thing and the Ramanulo thing, they came publicly and said which flight the girl catch, which seat the girl sit in, which hotel she stayed in St. Kitts. If somebody wanted to bring harm to the girl, they based off the information they made public. Somebody could have go to St. Kitts and eat the girl the food, so to speak. But yet, talking about they want to protect police name, public servants name. But I kind of glad it happened.
No, but the DPP didn't say that, The DPP didn't say anything about protecting the police.
Well,
it's the Commissioner of Police who asked for authority before the names of the police officers who were involved in the incident to be released.
Okay.
In fairness to the DPP never said any such thing.
Okay, I stand corrected on that. But when I say DPP and police, to me, all of them is in one bag, one red bag, in my opinion.
Oh,
but anyway, but anyway, I'm glad this happened because it is basically showing the general public of St. Vincent and the Grenadines a lot of things that have been covered up, because council, this is not the first time like this happened. And I'm glad it's in the public domain and people could really pay attention and see what's really going on in the country that we're trying to defend. And a bunch of foolishness that we just defend. A lot of us just defend foolishness and don't realize we defending foolishness. So
it's going to be interesting to see what happens, right? Because you remember about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I reported that there was a civil trial of a police officer, Officer Mohamed Lavier. And this trial took place before Justice Esco Henry. And Justice Henry ruled that he be compensated for special, exemplary, and vindictive compensation be given for those things. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, because before the day ends, I'm going to write to the commissioner and to copy the letter to the director of public prosecution, calling for an investigation that led to the shooting of Okino Fogus, the young man who was shot in Ovia back on March 3rd, 2019. We know that there has not been any police investigation because Lavier is still working as a member of a special unit, rapid response unit in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So I'm going to call and I'm going to send a letter to him, and I'm going to copy it both to the DPP and to the Minister of National Security. Let's see if we're going to get any responses. But I have to run though, because I have some other matters that I have to deal with.
Yes. All right, thank you, Carla.
All right then, until we meet again.
Yes,
take care, everybody.
Council, I see somebody here.
He has to go.
Just before you go, a new DPP can review the case and institute criminal proceedings. Is that so?
Well, I remember there was one incident here, I think I mentioned it some time ago, in which it had to do with the commissioner, the superintendent of prisons. I think it was Mr. Rodriguez at the time, there was an incident where a prisoner was shot and killed, and the authorities had rushed to start a coroner's inquest. And the director of public prosecution at the time, Roger Gaspard, who interestingly went on to become the director of public prosecution in Trinidad, and until recently he probably still is the director of public prosecution in Trinidad. Roger Gaspard said, look, I don't care. If you all want to have a coroner's inquest, you can have a coroner's inquest. But I am going to ensure that this man be tried for murder. And he was tried. He was found not guilty, but he was tried. So the DPP has the DPP has a lot of powers. Whether a new DPP, and the chance of a new DPP coming now is highly unlikely. Whether a new DPP would want to revisit, barring further disclosure, whether a new DPP would want to revisit a decision of a former DPP, I am not sure. I don't think there's any precedent.
The Patrick Lovelace case.
Excuse me?
The Patrick Lovelace case, I think that happened.
I don't know if there's any precedent for that.
All right, Council, I want to say thank you so much.
No problem at all. Until we meet again. Yeah. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna lie, that throw me off completely.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is. I feel so heartbroken for the family. I feel so
and Daniel, you know what I see?
Devastated.
I notice, like, when you have these rulings, there are somebody in a like a high profile person always having issues with the public. And, I mean,
laced with propaganda.
What do persons do?
And public, this is
wow.
What we're gonna do right now, because we still have to make way for Mr. Weeks. This thing is I don't even know what. If you notice, when Kongs, I just taking the calls because I don't even know
Dishon say, when can the police lose their qualified immunity? Because it seems like everyone except the police are immune to prosecution.
Let's bring some messages quickly. You could pull up Mimosa for me. I'll try to cut through the others while you do that. It's your last day to place your order for your Max Pizza from Max Pizza and Kitchen in Beckway with their Vinci Pizza delivery. You can place your order by 10 p.m. tonight. Call them at 458-3474. And once you do, your Max Pizza will be delivered at the Wharf 5:30 p.m. tomorrow with the Beckway Express. And for this week, the University of the West Indies Open Campus St. Vincent site will be closed to the general public. This is to enable them to relocate to the renovated site at Murray's Road opposite the Peace Memorial Hall. Any inconvenience caused is deeply regretted. If you are locked on from Brooklyn, New York, good morning to you. Make sure you check out Woodsy's Bar and Restaurant on Clarkson Avenue for your pulled chicken sliders, your mozzarella sticks, guacamole, and plantain chips. The all-American burger. If you want some chicken with rice and peas, you can get it there as well. So check out Woodsy's Bar and Restaurant on Clarkson Avenue in Brooklyn, New York.
Yes, folks.
I'm bringing it back home to Vinci. You can level up this summer with a free 10-inch Samsung Galaxy E tablet when you sign up to a superfast broadband 250 or higher internet package. Check them out in store or at their Annisville location, which opens until 6 p.m. To sign up to this plan or another Flow service that's right for you, Flow has got you covered all summer.
Yeah, and looking for somewhere to go this Saturday and every other Saturday, Mimosa is the place to be with the double shots summer Saturday. Get double shot special in Ciroc for $25, vodka $15, Jack Daniel $15, Johnny Walker Black $25, Malibu $15, Campari $15, and Hennessy $25. That's Mimosa double shot summer Saturday.
All right, we're going to jump out, take a commercial break. When we come back, we will have Mr. Weeks joining us for his segment. Stick around.
At Cashways, we buy, sell, and trade almost anything of value. Get cash for gold same day.
As part of our active lifestyle, we run about 7 kilometers every other day, which totals out to be about 21 kilometers a week. Running helps us with our music as well as our physical endurance.
Hey everyone, it's Zachary, Seth, and Mark, and we are so excited to be hosting the Goldmine 5K Family Walk Run supporting active living.
We are super excited to be in St. Vincent and the Grenadines for the Goldmine Summer Intensive, August 1st to the 21st. The first Goldmine Run takes place on August 6th from Mariaqua Valley to the Bay Center in Belmont.
The second Goldmine Run takes place on August 13th in Union Island.
Join us on the beautiful island of St. Vincent and the Grenadines as we run and walk in support of active living. See the link in the description to register or DM us for more information.
In collaboration. Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs? At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
On Sunday 21st with
summertime.
District Stairs is having a grand summer sale. 20% off all vinyl flooring store-wide. Vinyl floors are suitable for every room in the home. They are beautiful, versatile, water-resistant, and durable. Vinyl flooring is also ideal for all commercial and office buildings. Vinyl flooring is the most affordable flooring and so easy to install that you can do it yourself. District Stairs is offering free shipping for the months of July and August. District Stairs. Find us on Instagram, Facebook at districtstairs.com or WhatsApp 289-2007-649. Durable. Vinyl flooring is also ideal for all commercial and office buildings. Vinyl flooring is the most affordable flooring and so easy to install that you can do it yourself. District Stairs is offering free shipping for the months of July and August.
When you top it up, switch it up, side it up on the line. Easy wins with flow. Easy wins.
Get the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $10 or more. Activate a prepaid plan, switch to Flow, or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash, data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up on the line. Easy wins with flow.
Low terms and conditions apply.
I love it on 106.9.
Hey! Rude boys and rude girls! 20th anniversary jam! Get this! Some call it boomsy, some call it bang bang, some call it juicy. Cause that's the way they like it, some call it behind. But that's body line, I call it a hump. Especially when it's big and plump. This carnival day, I come out to play. I feeling to misbehave. It's me and a woman on the rampage rumpin', 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 rumpin' on a hump. I say I windin', grindin', and jammin', rumpin' on a hump. Some like it big and some like it small. Some men don't care how it look after all. But I like plenty junk packed in the trunk. That's why I choose to call it a hump. When you push back, rumpin'. When you jam back, rumpin'. When you wind down, hey, rumpin' on a hump. When you push back, rumpin'. When you jam back, rumpin'. When you wind down, hey, rumpin' on a hump. Reminiscing. Although them school thing,
It's Throwback Thursday.
in choking. Just one look, she said that thing too small. But when she feel it choke, Elizabeth start the ball. Small pin the stroke hard. Small pin the stroke hard. Yes! Ask Vera, where do she with me little pin? Ask Nora. How I took she with me little pin? Ask Vilna. Where do she with me little pin? Ask Kava. How I took she with me little pin? You should see them jump and sing when I took them with my little pin. Small pin the stroke hard. Jacinta Valentine. That woman could whine every carnival time. She does blow my mind. Jacinta could whine. Jacinta could whine. Jacinta could whine. She could whine. She could whine like a ball at twine. Jacinta could whine. She could whine. She could whine like a ball at twine. Roll and whine. Roll and whine like a ball at twine. Roll and whine. Roll and whine. Roll and whine like a ball at twine. See Jacinta on the job. She quiet as a lamb. But come carnival, she is Miss Bacchanal. Jacinta could wine. Jacinta could wine. Jacinta could wine. She could wine. She could wine like a ball at wine. Jacinta could wine. She could wine. She could wine like a ball at wine. Roll and wine. Roll and wine like a ball at wine. Roll and wine. Roll and wine. Roll and wine like a ball at wine. Last night was misery. I eat and I went to bed immediately. You talk about nightmare, tossing and turning everywhere. Food, nearly do for me. Food, ride me like a drum beat. Let me warn even the underfed. Never eat before you go to bed. I beg you, don't eat and lie down. 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 You suffer from bang gut, big belly, long gut, macho belly. Don't eat and lie down. I beg you, don't eat and lie down. You chop my eyes with your boomy seed. Oh, you look so fine, so pretty girl. Go to me, step by step. You and me, one on one. Grind it, grind it. Turn the boom seed, swing the boom seed. Come baby, grind it, grind it. Turn the boom seed, swing the boom seed. Riding the bumper, moving like a tractor. Pushing, jamming harder. Riding, getting sweeter. The sweetness just got me. Walking like a crazy. Now I'm getting busy. Jamming it steady. Grind it, grind it. Turn the boom seed, swing the boom seed. Grind it, grind it. Turn the boom seed, swing the boom seed. Come on, my baby. Come on, my baby. Not the only man who sees you, girl. But glad I am the one to hold you now.
Time to connect with the most loved man on radio. Sir Lancelot is in the building.
And we're waiting to connect with Mr. Weeks right now so that we can have him give us his take on things this morning. Remember that you can connect with us on our Facebook. We are live right now at Boom SVG 1069. That is our handle. Also for social media, you can reach us on WhatsApp at 455-1069. And you can call us when our phone lines are open again at 451-1069. All right, let's say good morning to Mr. Weeks, who's joining us right now. Good morning, Mr. Weeks.
Hi, Daniel. Good morning. Shady, morning.
Morning, Mr. Weeks.
I think Mr. Horn is there as well.
Your microphone. The back of your mic.
Morning. Yes, morning. And good morning to all those who are listening. This morning, Daniel, I want to say a special good morning to all Vincentians who live abroad. Special good morning to them. Daniel.
Thank you. All right, well, Mr. Weeks, as usual, you know that the floor is yours at this time.
Thank you, Daniel. Just another comment in passing. I note the discussion on CJ Weeks, and my position still holds that somebody is going to pay for the death of CJ Weeks. I hold that the Director of Public Prosecutions is a Minister of Justice. That should be her focus on justice. And she or he, that office has an obligation to the public and should not simply dismiss public expression of their opinion. These people have to understand that the same media that we use to spread disinformation and misinformation is the same media that is available to us. For those of us who are interested, we can understand how things work elsewhere and how they ought to work. I think based on what the decision communicated by the DPP, it's almost like a judgment. And well, it is a judgment. It is her decision based on the information that is available to us. That is available to her, sorry. And if you go in and she, in that decision, note the significant public interest in that matter, ought to know that she has a responsibility to explain to the public the issues that she took into consideration in arriving at her decision. That is what happens elsewhere. Every time I speak on matters like this, I refer to Paula Llewellyn, the DPP in Jamaica. And, you know, sometimes our local officers, our local authorities need to reach out to their regional counterparts and get their opinion, get their directions on how they proceed. And if they do that, they will serve us much better. That is just in passing, Daniela. I know it's a lot. It may have taken up most of my time.
That's okay.
I also want to mention something else in passing as well. And it has to do with, well, the discussion we had on Monday to do with prices. And it is going to cripple us in the long run. The imported inflation that we are suffering from in this region, not just in St. Vincent, it's going to have implications for our currency, our economic development in the long run. On a news broadcast, I think it was on the local television station, SVG TV, recently. I noted that the last increase in the price of gasoline in Barbados took the price to $4.83 per liter. And when I heard that, I couldn't help doing the calculations. And those of you who are listening and are interested, 1 gallon is equal to 4.546 liters. Just over 4.5 liters make a gallon. So if you multiply 4.83 by 4.546, you will know that you get about $21.95, $21.96
Which currency?
per gallon. And that's Bajan currency. I am going to give you that a dollar is for a dollar. So I say gas in Barbados is $22 per gallon. But if you want to compare that with St. Vincent or with any other OECS, Eastern Caribbean Currency Union territories, You multiply that by 2.7169, and you would see that gasoline in Barbados is about $30 a gallon. That has serious implications for the reallocation of resources at the household level, because we have to determine now whether we buy food. There's an echo that is coming back, but we have to determine whether or not we use the money we have to buy food, to pay the rent, or we continue to drive our vehicles. My advice is for us to be conservative on the use of gasoline, because the implications are not just for now. The implications are long term. As I said on Monday, it has serious implications for our economy in the future. And I am not one who believes that governments, whether it's in Barbados or St. Vincent, should subsidize consumption wholesale, especially when it comes to a product that is imported. I believe when governments are getting into subsidization, it should be to encourage local production. The market should be used to reallocate resources, meaning, as I indicated earlier, that as households, as individuals, we are to consider at all times whether it is worth driving up the road or whether that money can be used for something else. I hope this opportunity, whether it is in Barbados, it is in St. Vincent or Grenada, we will use that international situation to get us to look inwards, to consume more items that are produced in our region, produced in our individual current countries, so that we can stimulate more production in this part of the world. I mean, those are two issues. I don't know if I have time to mention anything else, but there's another matter I would like to mention if I would be permitted, Daniel.
Yes, sure, go ahead.
The other matter which I wanted to deal with more substantially has to do with public administration. Very frequently we hear the term public administration, and we equate that with pushing paper, with bureaucracy, and we sometimes dismiss it. But public administration is an important area of study. It is an important area of practice. We have had, and we still do have, some excellent public administrators in this country. Every time I talk about these matters, I would like to call names. But it's not the wisest thing to do, because we have so many persons who have served this country well and continue to serve this country that I will leave out some of the most important ones. So I will try to control my urge to call names. Public administration is an important area of study. There was a time in this country, and maybe it still exists today, that we feel that lawyers know everything. It was more so in the past, I believe. And that was before we had persons going off to study some other areas. Remember in the past that when a family was seeking to elevate their family by getting a member of that family educated, in the early days there were basically two fields they chose. They were either medicine or law. Those who practice medicine, we give them the impression that they know everything. They know the entire body. And we never stop to think that when we go to a doctor, we are the ones who tell them what is wrong with us. And based on what we tell them what is wrong with us, they use their knowledge to treat us. TREAT. We had a situation in law where our lawyers were able to comment on everything. As a matter of fact, they were chosen to be involved in every field. I want to say categorically that those who were involved in public administration in the past and even today, their knowledge is much wider than any lawyer in St. Vincent, because they themselves have to know law. That's the basis on which they operate. Every decision that they take, every action that they take ought to be based in law. They have to know accounting, they have to know project management, they have to know sociology, they have to know about human resource management, they have to know everything. But most importantly, they have to know the law. Because everything they do, every decision they make, every action they take, has to be guided in law. I heard a lot of discussion about a memo that was written by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, and points made about throwing him under the bus and he's a scapegoat and whatever, and why he wasn't allowed to talk. The PS had nothing to say because he didn't do anything other than sending further information that was given to him. The question I asked in that, why was the information sent to the PS to be distributed? As far as I'm concerned, this is a staffing matter. This is a matter that is to be dealt with by the Public Service Commission. I'm talking about the terms and conditions under which our health workers are allowed to serve. And I believe that information that's coming out of Cabinet should have been sent to the CPO. And the CPO should be the one to inform staff what are the new arrangements. Now, we hear a press conference where a number of ministers spoke. And there are those of us who question why the Minister of Health didn't speak first on the matter. And I don't know whether or not we remember that this press conference was arranged or set since sometime last week. This was not a press conference that was called to discuss the error that came out of the Cabinet. It was a press conference that was called by the Minister of Finance to discuss, to say to the public that we have received approval from the World Bank to get a certain sum of money to build a hospital in St. Vincent. And as a matter of public interest, and the matter of the vaccines came up, had to be spoken about because it had consumed significant public interest. And then the minister and all the ministers who spoke said it was a mistranscription from the Cabinet. There are many persons who are listening to me today who have been involved in various organizations. Whether it's a board, it's an NGO, it's a club in your village. And if you're going to administer that club properly, one of the things that you do when you have meetings is to take the minutes of the meeting. And the minutes of the meetings it is accepted. That's why at every subsequent meeting, before you deal with matters arising out of the minutes, you deal with the correction of the minutes before you adopt them. And that is because you anticipate that there will be errors. It is possible, and sometimes more than possible, it is likely that there are going to be errors in the minutes. Why? Because in a meeting, you have several persons who are expressing an opinion on the same matter. Sometimes they speak at the same time. But even when there's order, you can find that the person who takes the minutes do not fully appreciate the decision that was taken. And the minister did say that it was a mistranscription. I happen to know that in cabinet, that the meeting that was held yesterday, the decisions of that meeting will not be communicated until 2 weeks down the road, unless it's a matter of urgency that the head of government the head of cabinet will decide to have the information go. Why will it not be communicated until 2 weeks down the road? Because the cabinet is given an opportunity at the next meeting to look at the minutes and make sure the cabinet secretary got the decisions right. And then when those minutes are confirmed, the decisions are communicated in the week after that. And it seemed to me that it was in an attempt to short circuit that process. Why somebody from the cabinet office mistranscribe what was said in the meeting. And those of us with an inkling of common sense would know that that must have been an error. There's no place in the world, no scientist, nobody, no doctor who tells you that you must take a booster shot every 5 months. I mean, it would be incredible for us in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I am confident that my schoolmate, my friend, a consummate professional, a man who is independent and who takes his practice seriously, Dr. Roger Duncan, who is acting as CMO, will not so advise the government. If I am wrong in my confidence, if Dr. Duncan did advise the cabinet otherwise, then it's a misjudgment on my part. Because as far as I know, there is no literature, no pronouncement anywhere that says that anybody must take vaccines every 5 weeks. So I take it that it was an error in transcribing the notes from the cabinet, and the PS in the Ministry of Health did nothing other than what he is paid to do, to communicate a decision that was said to him that took place at the cabinet. I am prepared for all of the adverse comments that would come out of my comment.
So we have a break to run before that. We're way past the top, so I don't even know. Let's
take a break.
Let's take a break. No, because we want to. All right, thanks, Mr. Weeks. So we'll come back with our comments.
If you want me to go, that's fine also.
I don't think it would be right if we just, because I'm sure there are questions and
yes. So let's not waste any more time than this.
All right, so let's take a break and come right back.
Thank you.
On Friday, August 12th, there'll be thousands of dollars to be won.
As part of our active lifestyle, we run about 7 kilometers every other day, which totals out to be about 21 kilometers a week. Running helps us with our music as well as our physical endurance.
Hey everyone, it's Zachary, Seth, and Mark, and we are so excited to be hosting the Goldmine 5K Family Walk Run, supporting active living.
We are super excited to be in St. Vincent and the Grenadines for the Goldmine Summer Intensive, August 1st to the 21st. The first Goldmine Run takes place on August 6th from Mariaqua Valley to the Bay Center in Belmont.
The second Goldmine Run takes place on August 13th in Union Island.
Join us on the beautiful island of St. Vincent and the Grenadines as we run and walk in support of active living. See the link in the description to register or DM us for more information.
Don't be afraid to speak out. Teach the kids their rights. Physical and sexual abuse must stop. Join me in this fight.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
Journey begins the same for all of us. There are no easy ways to achieve our dreams. The road is paved with determination and hard work, fueled by the love of what we do and the ones we do it for. At the St. Vincent Cooperative Bank.
Summertime.
District Stairs is having a grand summer sale. 20% off all vinyl flooring store-wide. Vinyl floors are suitable for every room in the home. They are beautiful, versatile, water-resistant, and durable. Vinyl flooring is also ideal for all commercial and office buildings. Vinyl flooring is the most affordable flooring and so easy to install that you can do it yourself. District Stairs is offering free shipping for the months of July and August. District Stairs. Find us on Instagram, Facebook at districtstairs.com or WhatsApp 289-2007.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, sign it up on the love. Easy wins with love. Easy wins.
Get the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $10 or more. Activate a prepaid plan, switch to Flow, or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash, data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, sign it up on the love. Easy wins with love.
Low terms and conditions apply.
Family fun days are here. Now is the time for movie marathons, tasty treats, and outdoor fun. At Courts, we have the TVs, appliances, grills, pools, and more to make your home the place to be. Get it all today with no cash when you shop with Courts Ready Finance. Family fun days are on now. Get what you need at Courts, bringing value home. Offer ends July 23rd. Conditions apply.
30 p.m. at the Coconut Grove Beach Club. This will be explosive.
This thing called life is a mysterious thing.
At Pharmacy Plus, you can get your personal care, hair care, prescription, dental, and over-the-counter, and medical supplies at affordable prices. Located on Egmont Street, opposite Home Collection. We're open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pharmacy Plus, for supreme care and more.
Go to the Goldmine Foundation SVG.
We fell in love in a stadium.
When's the last time you heard styles like these?
Are you ready for? When we go show. Party done.
Throwback Thursday. We giving you the best throwbacks, the anthems, and dance hall greats. Throwback Thursday.
When the top boy evolution.
Boom 1069.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Doug E. Fresh. I need everybody to report to the dance floor right now. I'm here with my man, Mr. Marshall Montano. This goes out to all the street soldiers. Everybody here, y'all, because it's about to go down. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Hey, come on.
Keep moving, keep walking. Don't you ever look down. When you're on the right road, don't turn around.
Put 'em up. Bring it up.
The road is long and rugged. Yeah.
Put 'em up. Put 'em up. Hey, come on.
Keep climbing that mountain. We heading straight to the top. Know that we're going right down to the very last stop. I know we're gonna make it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Cause I heard the children say, we not giving up.
Let's go. Let's go.
We not giving up.
Come on.
We not giving up.
Come on.
We not giving up.
We giving you the best throwback. I love it. On 1069.
All right, we still have Mr. Weeks on the line with us. I know you wanted to engage Mr. Weeks.
Yeah, Mr. Weeks. Hello?
Yeah, yes, Mr. Hunt?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I sort of listened to what you were saying attentively. And I think I find like you're just defending something that doesn't add up.
You sort of hold on, Mr. Hunt.
Yes.
You sort of listen attentively.
But Mr. Weeks, I think you should let him finish his question.
Yes. So I was saying I sort of listen. Well, I listened to you attentively, and I just feel like you're defending something that doesn't add up. Okay, and it's a regurgitation of what was said yesterday. But what I find interesting is that you said that the PS doesn't have anything to answer. But how could you say that when the PS name is affixed to a document that these ministers and these politicians are saying that it was transcribed? It was transcribed. So you don't think the public should just only listen to the politician, or should they be given an explanation from the PS about how this thing happened? Don't you think that should be good for the public? It's good for the public. You don't think so?
Yes, that is good for the public. But sometimes we have to. I don't want to do what I saw other people do to you. So let me go straight to answer the question. There are two documents that are involved, Mr. Horn. At least two. I don't think you realize that.
Two documents involved?
Yes. There would be at least two memos that are involved.
How so? I don't understand.
The decision taken at cabinet has to be communicated in a document to the PS. The PS doesn't work in cabinet. And the PS won't go to cabinet and listen and come back and write. And I did explain that after the minutes are taken, the following week they are reviewed, corrected if necessary, and adopted. And then the folks from the cabinet office in writing will send out these decisions. So there must have been a document from the cabinet office
Right, and you don't think that
advise the PSN Health that cabinet has taken this decision,
Right.
and all the PSN Health did was to communicate that information to the staff. So what how you hold him responsible?
Well, his name is affixed to the document, so you don't think he should at least give an explanation of what happened?
For example, to say what?
How did it really happen? Because we're hearing what the politician is saying, but the permanent secretary haven't said anything. So it left you in a state of even more confusion. And then is it that the decision they made backfire and they're trying to do damage control?
Well, maybe that's what you're aiming to say. Why you're not hearing what I say?
No, but I hear what you're saying. But what I'm just
Yeah.
saying is that you were like more defensive than
No, I'm not
rationalizing the situation.
I am trying to explain to the public how administration in the public service works. And let me ask you a question to see if we can clear it up this way. If Bing or whoever, Mario, the program manager, say to you, do not take Mr. Weeks at 8:30 every morning, or change his time from 8:30 to 9:50 to 8:45 when it appears to be more convenient. And you communicate that to me. What explanation can you give me after that?
But then I give you said, what was the reason for changing the shift?
No, you would simply say to me that I am directed by Mario Rivello.
But you don't
that
think
you don't come on at all if that was the decision. Or you come on at 8:45. You can't go in Mario head and tell me why Mario told you that.
so you can't question Mario as to why he told you that?
He's saying Mario. No, he's saying. Y'all continue.
No.
I don't think you guys are understanding each
So
other.
you just put your signature. You don't care.
You don't care about that's what I'm asking.
No, you don't just put your signature. A decision is communicated to you for you to send on, and you simply send it on.
Oh, really?
How else would it work, sir? That's what I'm saying. If Mario tell you I can't come on at 8:30, again, today's my last. How you gonna question that?
Why not?
Why not?
But my signature is going on it.
You need some explanation.
Your signature will say on it that I am directed by the program manager.
But did it say that he was directed in that
Of course,
release?
but you read the memo, Daniel?
I'm pulling this up right now.
Yeah, we read them. Okay.
That's what I heard you guys say.
Yeah, I read the memo, Mr. Weeks. But in that case, Mr. Weeks, based on what you're saying, and I would like to know is who would you hold responsible? Based on you said you have the knowledge, you have knowledge of how these things work. Who would you hold responsible?
If the cabinet decided that, I will hold the cabinet responsible as a member of the public.
So you hold the
But we
cabinet
have
responsible.
3 members of the cabinet who came to us and tell us they did not decide on that.
So
I don't know. I
And this
just
is-
feel
this
like
is what-
when
this- and this is
when
what
you're
I'm saying.
signing these documents, I think you should.
You
verify.
understand? And this is what I'm saying. Do you just take what the members are saying at face value, or do you question it to be objective and to rationalize the situation? This is what I want to know.
But I rationalized the situation in my comments this morning, Mr. Horn. I did say to you, and that's why I asked you if you were sort of listening.
I was listening. This is what I'm saying. I listened.
You sort of, you didn't listen
I
intently.
listened.
Because if you did,
Tell me.
if you did,
I know what you're saying, so don't try that. I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying. But
let me tell you what I said. And when I rationalized the situation, I said to you that 2 things to rationalize the position I took. One, I believe in Dr. Roger Duncan. I believe he would not have so advised the cabinet. Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, but that's your opinion on Roger Duncan. I can't take that away from you.
I work with Roger Duncan, so I went to school at Roger, and that is the basis for me to form that opinion.
So is that sufficient?
And secondly, that position of the cabinet, if the cabinet took that position, would not be supported by the international literature. So it's hard for me to believe that the cabinet take that decision.
But given all of the things that you've said about, would be against everything, the literature and all these things, when reading the contents of this memo that went out, the PS at no point in time read that and didn't find it absurd to the point where he could have clarified that before signing it and given a go-ahead for it to be released.
That's a very
So does he
important.
therefore not bear some responsibility on the matter?
We can hold him responsible for that.
So
to say that he, based on where he sits, he should, even though he's not a medical person, he probably should know that there's nowhere where vaccines boosters are administered every 5 months. We can hold him responsible for that and say maybe he should have made a call and maybe double check with his CMO and even the cabinet secretary before he send that out.
I do think that he should have done that and due diligence was not done there because
we can hold him responsible for that.
Okay, just verifying that.
Yeah.
All right. Any other?
I think some persons have questions for Mr.
Let me see if I am not seeing. It's basically comments. Let me try to play this voice note. Okay, Mr. Weeks. This is from our friend Bernadette.
I agree with Mr. Weeks. The PS was doing his job. He was instructed to send out the information. He sent out the information. He's not questioning if the information is correct or not. He just simply did his job. So his part will be to say, this is what I got from cabinet and this is what I reported. That would be him defending himself. So maybe the mistranscription came from cabinet, not from the PS, because he didn't do any transcribing.
Thank you, Bernadette. What a weekend for me. Bernadette and I agree on something.
I knew you were going to say that. What is it? Bernadette has supported him.
But you see, but it was Bernadette was asking where did the mistranscription take place with the minute take out the PS.
But she did say no, the PS didn't do any transcription.
No, that's not his job. That's not the
you have to listen.
No, right, but I'm just saying, Bernadette was just asking that same question.
No. She didn't ask the question. She said categorically.
No, I'm telling you what she asked on the Facebook page.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. But she has just said a while ago that the PS didn't do any transcription.
Yes. If we are done with this aspect of the commentary, I want to move on to oh gosh, I see we have a comment here. Let me just read it first, okay? This person says, good morning. As a public servant, when a memo is sent to you from the cabinet secretary, you take that as final and you send it out. However, if you see something that is clearly erroneous, you can draw it to their attention and ask a question, especially if you are in a position to know better.
All right.
Exactly. We agreed on that, right?
Yes. Someone is asking if the PM. Yes. Well, that's why I was here. Like, what are we really saying? Yeah. But. Someone here is asking if the PS is present in cabinet meetings.
He apparently he was attending that cabinet meeting when the matter was discussed.
That makes it worse for me. I'm sorry. I wish that person didn't. I want to forget that this question was asked and answered.
Daniel, have you ever been in a meeting?
Listen, and I forget things all the time. However, I'm not the PS signing a memorandum like that. So that's totally, you don't even try to go down that road with me, Mr. Weeks. It's a totally different situation.
Did you ever listen to our parliament?
From time to time, I do.
And can you tell when decisions are taken? You know what is done in Parliament? Everything that is said is recorded.
Okay.
The decisions are not recorded. Well, except when laws are passed. And so
But for that to reach
All
to
right.
the peers.
Let's move on to the information that we received this morning on CJ Weeks, and you gave some brief commentary on it. Given the note that was sent from the DPP and the Commissioner of Police, what message do you think that is going to send to the general public and also to the family of CJ Weeks?
I don't know what message, but what the public is going to receive from it. But I always felt that injustice will be done to CJ Weeks and his family. I noted, and I said it on numerous occasions, that the commissioner came out defending his officers from the very beginning. He told us from the very beginning, and I don't know if the DPP heard the comments of the commissioner. When before he received the full case file, he was out there putting out information that he's getting independent information to that sided with his officers. But what the people say, is it consistent with what the physical evidence show? And the lawyer asked person, I didn't listen to all of what he was saying, I was otherwise engaged. But he asked some pertinent questions, which I have been asking all along. Did CJ Weeks commit an offense that he should be arrested for? And if he didn't do that, why was he being pursued? Do we arrest persons for driving without a license or for whatever traffic offense you're committing? And if that's the case, why were officers pursuing this young man, this child? Why there's an accident and you remove that vehicle from the scene and send it to the garage to be repaired almost immediately? You see, as I said before, the DPP ought to know that the internet that we use, some of us use to spread misinformation. We use some of us also use that same information, that internet, to get information. And I happen to know that in Barbados. India, I don't know if it is in law, but in the operations guide, no police vehicle pursue a man on a cycle. You take note and you go to his home and you deal with him there. That's common sense. But you chase a man from the public road, from the highway to wherever, resulting in his death. And you tell me there's no criminal negligence, that's not criminal negligence, along with all the information that we are here about the physical evidence and all that, the way we see the police operating. But I hold that in certain countries, I can give two examples. In the United States, the persons who are doing the investigation are not necessarily those who are doing the prosecution. There's some independence. And the people who do the investigation, they operate professionally because they are trained and they see that as their focus, being a good investigator. In Jamaica, the police is responsible for investigating generally. But there's another body that conducts investigations when police or other security forces are involved. And they have the authority to charge in the same way the police has the authority to charge. In St. Vincent and the Grenadines and in many other countries in the Caribbean, the responsibility is for the police to investigate, no matter if it is their brother. And when I mean brother, I mean their colleagues in the force, the persons who they're trained with, who protect each other when they go out on the front line. These are the same set of people who investigate, who's responsible for the investigation. But the DPP has an independent office. And rather than rebuffing the arguments that we are presenting in the public, he has a responsibility before us to ask some of these questions and to look at the physical evidence.
Mr. Weeks?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I just have a final, well, it's a comment that I found interesting, and I don't know if you want to respond to it, but this person said, if Knights was in the meeting, that shows there was no mistranscription.
The person doesn't know what we mean by transcription.
Explain it for him.
Transcription means to take from voice to writing. So you're in a meeting and we are talking, and there's somebody who is responsible for transcribing what is said in the meeting. When I chair a meeting, or when I used to chair a meeting, at the end of every discussion, I summarize the discussion and I say to the person taking the minutes, this is the decision of the meeting. And the person will transcribe that. That's what transcription means.
Right.
So Mr. Knight was not involved in any transcribing.
No, I think what he's saying is if there was a mistake in terms of what there was a mistranscription, he is saying that Mr. Knights would have picked up on that.
Well, it depends on the discussion. Remember, Mr. Horn, that there are about 12 members of cabinet, plus there are some civil servants who not are members of the cabinet, but who are given the privilege to speak in these meetings.
Yes.
And they are the professionals. You may end up with about 12, 20 persons speaking in the same room. And that's why, and you talk about rational, that's why at the next meeting, the opportunity is given for the minutes to be corrected.
Okay, all right, Mr. Weeks, anything you'd like to say in closing?
Yes, in closing, I want to thank Mr. Mackenzie for coming out in support of the Emmanuel High School.
Kingston?
Schools. And to have justified, based on his own personal experience, that Emmanuel High School, Mesopotamia, was never and is not a dump. I thank you for that, Mr. Mackenzie. And I am personally influenced about this because at one point in time, the Emmanuel High School, Mesopotamia was my certain destiny in terms of attending a secondary school at one point in my life. Thank God that opportunity was given based on ability, and I went to another secondary school. Not that I did not want to go to Emmanuel, as somebody said before, parents don't want the children to go to Emmanuel. That's not the case. Parents prefer the children to go to another school. But when they don't get into that school, they want the children to go to Emmanuel. So that's one. And finally, Mr. Horn,
yes,
I'm so happy that you engaged me this morning. And you repeated your questions and you got clarification. Please do that with all your commentators. I heard you asked a very pertinent question recently. You asked a gentleman, did you serve in our parliament while you were an American citizen? As a listener, I didn't get the answer. But I heard Prime Minister Gonsalves knew that I went to Barbados on 2 occasions to make the application. I didn't hear you ask as a follow-up. Was the process completed?
Now remember, I challenged him, I remember I challenged him, but he was like, we don't want to take up the radio time with this and that. So he didn't really, so I just allow it. But I did challenge him on it.
I don't want to treat you like him.
No, I could handle myself, Mr. Weeks, man.
Mr. Horn.
Yeah.
You didn't handle yourself.
No, but Mr. Weeks, in the interest of time, because Mr. Thomas does be on for a particular time. So I didn't know. I challenge him on it, but you see where it was going. So sometimes you have to.
On.
Yeah.
As a journalist, listen to me. You must get the answer. You can't move on if you ain't got an answer.
But how are you gonna force the answer out of him, Mr. Weeks?
You guys are making it hard for me this morning with my commercial break. All right, thank you so much, Mr. Weeks.
Your listeners are hearing you.
I am so serious. I don't even know how we're going to make this happen right now. Thank you so much, Mr.
Thanks,
Weeks.
man. I appreciate it.
All right, have a good one. Oh my goodness! We the people them commercials on, and we have some scripts to get to quickly. You could pull up Mimosa in the meantime. Let me tell you about what's going down at Flow. You can level up this summer with a free 10-inch Samsung Galaxy E tablet when you sign up to Superfast Broadband 250 or higher internet package. See us in store today or at the Annesville location. That's weirdly written. Open until 6 p.m. to sign up to this plan or another Flow service that's right for you. Look, I just literally had an inside thought that I spoke. Check out Flow. They've got you covered this summer. Lord have mercy. Tell us about Mimosa.
Mimosa, go. So it's Mimosa Summer Saturdays.
Yes.
Double shots. Okay, folks, if you want somewhere to go to have a drink and have a good time, Mimosa is the place to be. Double shot special on Ciroc, $25. That's double shots, okay? Vodka, $15. Jack Daniel, $15. Johnny Walker Black, $25. Malibu, $15. Daniel's favorite Campari, $15. And Hennessy, $25. So that's double shot there at Mimosa. This and every Saturday.
We're jumping off for a commercial break. When we're coming back. Carla, you gotta get in when we come back from this break, man.
As part of our active lifestyle, we run about 7 kilometers every other day, which totals out to be about 21 kilometers a week. Running helps us with our music as well as our physical endurance.
Hey everyone, it's Zachary, Seth, and Mark, and we are so excited to be hosting the Goldmine 5K Family Walk Run, supporting active living.
We are super excited to be in St. Vincent and the Grenadines for the Goldmine Summer Intensive, August 1st to the 21st. The first Goldmine Run takes place on August 6th from Mariaqua Valley to the Bay Center in Belmont.
The second Goldmine Run takes place on August 13th in Union Island.
Join us on the beautiful island of St. Vincent and the Grenadines as we run and walk in support of active living. See the link in the description to register or DM us for more information.
Summer, summer, summertime.
District Stairs is having a grand summer sale. 20% off all vinyl flooring store-wide. Vinyl floors are suitable for every room in the home. They are beautiful, versatile, water-resistant, and durable. Vinyl flooring is also ideal for all commercial and office buildings. Vinyl flooring is the most affordable flooring and so easy to install that you can do it yourself. District Stairs is offering free shipping for the months of July and August. District Stairs. Find us on Instagram, Facebook at districtstairs.com or WhatsApp 289-2007-649.
speak out. Teach the kids their rights.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
Island Sips Plum Rose Water. We drinking. Taste the flavor today. Drinking Plum Rose Water.
At Pharmacy Plus, you can get your personal care, hair care, prescription, dental, and over-the-counter, and medical supplies at affordable prices. Located on Egmont Street, opposite Home Collection. We're open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pharmacy Plus for supreme care and more.
Day, the highest prices on jewelry, gold, silver, and diamonds are available at CashWiz. Bring in items in good working condition and cash out instantly. We buy, sell, and trade from gold watches, cars, and more. Need cash for goods instantly? Visit CashWiz today at Corner Shop Street and Long Lane, Kingstown. For more information, call 451-7777 or visit cashwiz.com. CashWiz.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up on the love. Easy wins with love.
Get the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $10 or more. Activate a prepaid plan, switch to Flow, or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash. Data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up on the love. Easy wins with love.
No terms and conditions apply.
I love it! On 106.9.
Selling away. Whoa. Prostituting ain't right, stripperella. Says she flirt with her boyfriend, begging him of money and bling, so she go bed with him. Catch disease, now it started spreading. She start to seek penicillin, she's dying. Mercy please, for life she begging. When she hears her to the mark, she heading. Says she broke out at the age of 7, strip dancing before she reached 11. One man can satisfy her. She needs more wood for the fire. Sex price getting higher. And more money she require. Oh, score and land she desire. So from the prostitution work she won't retire. Flames and fire. Sunny spoon, burn the flesh, sell her and the buyer. Says she want a man to take her to the movies. Then another set to buy her pearls and rubies. Says she no care about cuts and bruises. That's just the way she chooses. Says she needs someone to bring her autumn, summer, winter, spring cash. Carnival, splash and sling cash. New hairstyle, nails and bling cash. She's doing business, just bring cash. One man can't satisfy her. She needs more wood for the fire. The sex price getting higher. Some more money she require. Oh, score and land she desire. So from the prostitution work she won't retire. Flames and fire. Burn the flesh around the fire.
Are you coming over tonight? I'm feeling lonely. I wanna hold you in my arms, girl. I just wanna treat you right.
Yes, I'm coming over tonight. I need you, baby. Make love all night, is that alright? I'm so crazy about you.
I can't wait to embrace you, girl. Take you to a fantasy world. We don't need no diamonds and pearl. I want to give you some loving, girl.
In a night like this when it's raining, none of us will be complaining. Intensity will be maintaining. I wanna be next to you.
Are you coming over tonight? I'm feeling lonely.
Are you lonely, baby?
I wanna hold you in my arms, girl. I just wanna treat you right.
Baby. Yes, I'm coming over tonight. I need you, baby. Make love all night, is that alright?
I'm so crazy, crazy.
Hello, baby, can you come over? Right now, loneliness taking over. Me need you tonight, yeah, me lover. Come warm me up under the cover. Make we rock till the lampshade turn over. Rub me chest, rest your head on my shoulder. And make we listen some Anita Baker. Make love till we wake up the neighbor. Girl, you're all I need, and I'm always missing you, miss you, baby, miss you. I need your tenderness. I can't resist you, miss you, baby, me miss you.
Love coming straight from my heart. I hope you believe me until they do us part. It's love and never end, coming straight from my heart. I hope you believe me until they do us part. It's love and never end. You captivated me the first time I saw you. Girl, what's your remedy? Don't hold down on me if the storm comes today. Yeah, hey, could never wash your love away. No, I'll be yours. You be my baby. I was lost until you saved me. In your arms, I found my safety. Yeah, coming straight from my heart. I hope you believe me until they do us part. This love will never end, coming straight from my heart. I hope you believe me until they do us part. This love will never end. All of my life I trying to find someone to go by you. Oh yeah. So glad I met you, my love of my lifeline. I'll never let you go. I'll be yours, you be my baby. I was lost until you saved me. In your arms, I found my safety. Yeah, straight from my heart. I hope you believe me. Take those parts. Cloud will never end. Straight forward. Hope you believe me. Take those parts.
Throwback Thursday.
That was a nice little session there. Real nice little session there. We got to tell you about what's going down at Courts. Where is it? It's not there. Oh, whoa. All right. You can get ready for school with the best in electronics and a whole lot more. Plus, there is always room for a sale with prices as low as $619 on stoves, fridges, and washing machines. Plus, free gifts with your purchase, like mixers. You can get a blender as a free gift, an iron, or even a microwave. Trade in your old mattress and get 20% off a new one and save up to $900 on bed frames only at Courts. You can also shop with no cash and get an instant credit and a 3 to 48 months payment plan only at Courts. You can also shop online at shopcourts.com. Courts is bringing value home. We got a call on the line. It will be the last one for the morning, and we are running out of time. Good morning, you're live. Oh. Well, unfortunately, I am not certain. But we did discuss quite a number of things today. We started with the person is calling back. So let's take the caller. Good morning, you're live on 106.9.
Greetings, my sister. Just want to say quickly that I've worked with 3 administration, and I want to say to you, Mr. Weeks would know that the permanent secretary, all of the permanent secretaries, they're under very, very serious duress. And I want to say to you, don't blame no permanent secretary. They want to do better, but they cannot under a dictatorship. So nobody take all them out of all the permanent secretaries need to stand up. Stand up to Mr. Onsab and them. Stand up.
What a way to close off the program today. Oh, you got a next caller.
No, what happened there? Well,
White
take all your mouth off the
The
people,
PS.
them. Good morning, you're live on 1069.
Good morning.
Morning.
Well, you know what?
I hope you ain't calling to put your mouth on the PS there because
The PS.
Mr. Hamilton said take your mouth off the
Talk it
PS.
My partner.
Talk it up,
Yes,
talk
my
it up,
partner.
talk it up.
Yes, it's my partner. Oh, Jara. Me and Jara talk together. See me back in the days. That's a line together. You know? And I could tell you, Jara is no stupid guy. So if you are looking for a hero, or like you better look elsewhere because Jara is not going to be no hero. You understand? if cabinet screw up, it's their business. That's their Jara's business. Okay, and I think Lansford tried really hard to explain this morning what could have happened, and importantly, he defined what to transcribe means, and based on that definition, there's no way the PS could be even remotely responsible for what happened. Cabinet makes decisions, cabinet decides, cabinet says, look, this is what's happening, and the PS would simply relay that. Now, if the person who transcribes, the cabinet secretary, or whoever else they have there below her doing it, makes an error, and the cabinet communicates that error to the PS, then the PS simply relays it. The PS's duty, as far as I understand it, is not to say, cabinet, what's going on here? You guys can't be serious. Now the PS might think that, that these guys are crazy and they don't know what they're doing and so on. But to actually go and challenge and try to reverse a decision is not in the realm of.
So why is signature to go and do that?
Responsibilities.
Why my signature to go and do that?
No, because you like the secretary. You simply communicating something. That's it. Okay. So if I call one of my sales associates and I say, look, write this and send it off to Bing, they're not gonna question me. They're gonna write what I tell them to write, and they're gonna sign it and they're gonna send it, and that's that. So that's how it works. That's how it basically works.
So if that will end up in court for some reason.
No, it's not the PS. No, that the PS. The PS.
By his signature.
Don't make no decisions.
I know, by
Those
his signature.
decisions are made.
By his signature and
are made. It's his signature, but the decisions are made by the government, by the cabinet, by the ministers.
Yeah,
they make the decisions and they give instructions.
Right, but Marlon, if you're given instruction, you're given a document to sign, and you figure, boy, this doesn't add up.
You're no hero.
Huh? So if cabinet, let me just say, cabinet say in a document that we have to hang Shady.
Yo, try for Shady. I want it if you have a car.
The music and that.
What kind of car, Shady? Well, here's what the point is that they follow instructions, and you guys, you're looking for heroes. Like I saw a friend of mine say that the PS should resign and sue them. Come on. The fellas already rescinded. They rescinded or they scrapped or they pulled back the bad decision, and that's good. That's because of public pressure.
Right.
I believe that more than likely it was something that they wanted to implement.
So you don't buy the mistranscribed argument.
Nah, it's too grave an error.
All right, that's
what. It would have to be, the person transcribing would have to be like a dummy.
Right, that is what I was thinking.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not the PS. Only leave Jara alone.
Jara ain't gonna be no hero.
All right, thank you, Marlon. All right, thank you. Have a good one.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. If that wasn't a mistranscribed thing, I was going to say, hey, this is what came out, and this was what it was, and I was there, and this is what it is there, and that is why I signed my name there. I hope you.
Frank, say one more.
Last person. Good morning, caller. You're live on 1069.
That's him? Huh?
No, this is Mr. Mackenzie. Short and sweet.
Yeah, Mr. Hahn.
Yes, sir.
You come from up in Gome area?
Nah, I
come
I
from
got
Gome
family
area.
up in there, boy. Nah, from the Leeward side.
Oh, I thought he was a Hahn from up in Gome. No, Miss Vera, it really need a ministry to be called the Ministry of Dignified Silence. Because if you notice, a lot of things is happening and it was only dignified silence. You could remember Yogi, dignified silence. Then the shooting of Mr. John. Up to now, you have people who held their dignified silence. And it seems as though a radio got two important turning points. One is to turn to the station, but the other one is to turn on with a current or battery, you know. And it appears as though it's only the one that turn on the current, because it's those that turn on to the other station if there is no current. So he has some means turn on the switch. And the Vincentian can't see who the person is. Cabinet maker this. But some of the people say that they didn't know about that. If you play back some of the things that is happening in that thing address,
Yeah, they were saying they didn't know anything about it.
some of them ain't know that. Well, if in cabinet, some of them don't know what part this thing come from.
All right. Thank you so much for your call, okay? We gotta wrap up. All right. Have a good one. And we want to say thank you so much to everyone who called this morning. All right. That would have been the last caller. We appreciate you always being with us, and we hope to have you joining us tomorrow.
We have a lot of things to talk
willing.
about tomorrow, Daniel.
Yeah, we do.
Yes.
Tomorrow is a different kind. We try to keep it nice and,
Uh,
keep a little bungs with it on Friday, boy. I'll push this caller, but this person will have to be very, very, very short. Good morning. You're live on 106.9.
Going to be very short. I have something that I want to share with you guys. There's this lady, right? I met her in Song, and she has a little 7-year-old daughter. This lady got in an accident twice within the year, and now she's suffering neck problems, and the doctor told her that she has a spine problem. And I couldn't really, really feel for her, just by the way she's crying and the way she's going on. And I told her, I'm going to mention it to you guys. But I would call you and give you some more information on it tomorrow.
Thank you.
And let you know what is going on, because I think she really needs some help. She's living with a 7-year-old daughter alone. And if something is to happen to that lady in that house, what is going to happen? She's living in Stubbs, and the name of the lady is Donna James. A lot of people might know her. I think she's suffered 2 accidents right now. A vehicle ran in the back of the van that she was sitting in and smacked her. She got lashed from the behind in the back, and so she was right in the back seat. So I told her that I would share it with you guys and hear what you guys' response would be, probably and what. So I'll talk to you guys more about it.
All right. Thank you, Charles. We will get into that with him tomorrow. We have the Shade Room coming up, so continue to lock it down with 106.9. This commercial break is going to take us out and to the top. We hope you have a good day.
We're out.
On Friday, August 12th, there'll be thousands of dollars to be won. A lotto jackpot of $550,000. A new home